So in this latest installment of Plains on Coins, we're going to talk about the 2018 Eastern Caribbean coin that came out of the seaplane. Now, this is the St. Vincent and Grenadine series. This is part of the EC8. There's also some ships. You've probably seen this on my Ships on Coins. It's absolutely a fabulous coin, 1 ounce 999 fine with a 39 millimeter diameter. Absolutely stellar coin. But what I want to talk about is the seaplane itself. So I want to talk a little bit about the history and why they put this on there. So as you look at some of these images, you're going to see some of the kind of progression of seaplanes. I'm going to talk a little bit about what a seaplane is and kind of just give you some basic information. So the definition of a seaplane is any class of aircraft that can land, float, and take off on water. Now, seaplanes with boat-like hulls are called flying boats. Now, there's a difference between the ones that have the pontoons or floats because those are known as float planes. Now, the first practical seaplanes were built and flown in the United States around 1911 or 1912, and they were initially done by Glenn Curtiss. Now, Curtiss's invention would be spread widely throughout the world, but they became very popular with the British and the F-boats during World War I. Now, that's F-boat, not F-bomb, so let's make sure we don't confuse that one. Now, the F-boats, which were kind of the origination of naval air warfare over the Central Ocean Patrol, anti-submarine warfare, things like mine laying, air-to-air rescue, and transportation to areas like Arctic regions where it was hard to get ships in, especially in areas that were covered with ice. They also served a major role in air and sea rescue. Now, after the war, the commercial versions of this became extremely popular, and different varieties, as you can see on the screen, you can see different types of varieties and constructs that were built. Now, the ranges of these things started setting records at the time. And in 1919, the United States Navy created one called the NC-4. Now, this is the first seaplane to make the crossing of the Northern Atlantic, and it utilized the Azores to do this. Now, in the 20s, larger and faster aircraft were in the world, were seaplanes, right? They were the ones that were being utilized in long transportation. If you see the old Indiana Jones Temple of Doom kind of things, you see the old seaplanes taking off because they were larger, they were faster, and they were extremely reliable, very versatile. Well, in the construct of building this, of course, they moved throughout the world and they ended up in the Soviet Union. Now, the Soviet flight of an ANT-4 flew from Moscow to New York City in 1929. Now, it left Siberia and fleets of Italian planes flew from Rome to Rio de Janeiro and then from Rome to Chicago in the 30s. So there were massive, huge intercontinental flights that were occurring all because of what was going on with this particular plane. Now, in World War II, the military and commercial started seeing the significance of this plane diminish, partly because the increased things of like bombers and land-based planes. But again, they didn't necessarily go out of style. And as you can see in the images that I'm showing you, even today, there are advents, new designs, new developments of these sea-based planes because, again, they are versatile. We also utilize them in firefighting and things of that nature. And you'll see them a lot in remote region landings like Alaska, Canada, parts of Central Asia, Europe, where you have remote areas where there's waterways, because, again, it's a very, very versatile airplane. They even have some like this one that you see on the screen that's a racing style that are very, very fast. And these are more like sea boats than they are regular seaplanes. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This was just kind of a quick overview of what the seaplane is. Again, this is a fantabulous coin. I really enjoy this coin. I got this from Second Chance Stacks, so thank you so much. for doing this so that I could create a video. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned, look for more. And if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing, like, share, and go check out some of my other stuff. It's located up here in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frostbite. Have a wonderful day.